Hello, I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and today I'm going to show you how you can chip better around the green. So if this is your first time to this channel, welcome. This channel is all about helping you play better golf and lowering your golf score. And if you like the video, consider subscribing, give me the thumbs up. It's certainly a good way of being notified of every golf tip that I deliver once a week, every Monday morning, Melbourne time, 9 AM. So as I said, today we're going to talk about how to chip better around the green. So lots of people have lots of bad chips. And if you consider yourself to be a bad chipper, I think by far the best thing you can do for your golf in the short term is to learn how to use your hybrid golf club. All we need to do to chip with a hybrid golf club is think of it as a putt. We don't want to be wristy. But if you're a little bit flicky or wristy, it's sort of okay. You'll get away with a little bit with this one. But when you're hitting that shot that goes in the air, that's the one that if you get a bit wristy, you can knife it straight through the back of the green, or you can just hit it a couple of feet in front of you. So what I like about the hybrid chip is that the ball comes off the face a little bit better than a putter. If you want to putt from here, I'm happy for you to do so. But I think you'll find if you learn to use your hybrid, it's going to be more efficient. The ball just pops off that club face a little bit more, so you don't need to hit it as hard, you don't need as big a swing, and you can get a pretty good result. So here we're about 25 yards from the flagstick. I'm about 12 yards or so from the edge of the green. So all we need to do really with a hybrid, if we start thinking of it as a putt, it's a very long club. I just like to grip down, stand pretty close, don't really think too much about technique, just think about I'm going to get the ball rolling in the direction of where I'm trying to go. So if I just aim this a little bit out to the right, play it sort of central, a little bit further back, and just get the ball rolling, and you'll see there the ball's rolling up toward the flag, just a little bit to the left. That's probably about 10 feet. Not my best result, but hey, I can easily get my putter out and two putt from there, and that's the main objective when we do it. So all we're trying to do here is, as I said, is just get the ball rolling. The problem I see with most people when they do chip is they're really trying to flick and they're trying to help get that golf ball in the air. Using this hybrid, we don't really want to get the ball in the air, it just rolls. But if I do tend to make a little bit of a mistake, and I do sort of flick it a little bit, the ball's gone probably about 15 feet short of the flag. That was a bad shot, bad swing, not a bad result. I can get my putter out and two putt, and that's the objective. Get it on, two putt, walk to the next hole. But I think you'll find if you haven't ever done this before, if you can just get used to the fact that we're not trying to do anything special, we're just trying to roll the ball in the direction of where we're going to go, it's going to give you a much better result. So I'll try a little bit harder on this one. Out to the right, coming back around to the left. That's a much better chip, and that's probably 2 feet or so beyond the hole. So that gives me a good chance to hold the putt. Worst case, I two putt, job done. So that's the best way, I think, for you to improve your chipping in the short term. If it's really important to you to not hit a hybrid and start to play better shots, well, I can help you with that too. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a 7-iron. As I said, we're about 25 yards away. You could hit a lob wedge, but really there's nothing in the way. It'd be a really silly thing to do to get that lob wedge out and try and land it at the base of the flag. Because if you get that wrong, and you mishit it a little bit, you can have a really bad result. So if I had to hit over a bunker, sure, then I have no choice. I'll go the sand wedge or the lob wedge. But there is absolutely nothing in the way of this shot. So what I will do when I play this, I've got a 7-iron out, and I'm just going to land it on the front edge. And from there should be enough momentum to carry it in. So it's a similar action to what I was using with the hybrid. I'm not being flicky and flippy, but what I am doing when I hit it, you may hear in the effects microphone there, I'm hitting down and scraping the grass. And that's really the shot I want to hit when I do this. So from here, it's really quite stiff wrists. I'm just trying to land it just short of the green, and the ball bumped up there and ran, and it's probably about 8 to 10 feet below the hole. So I'll do that one more time. As I said, it's quite a good shot. I just find the hybrid so much easier. So it's ball in the middle, feel like you're hitting down and keeping that club low. I want your chest moving a little bit. We don't want to start going that way. So we just, ball just slightly back, land it short, let it run up, and that's it. So sometimes, as much as I really want to chip with a hybrid, this is one situation where I think it's a bit dangerous to chip with a hybrid because it's thicker grass here, it's less thick grass in front of that, and then we've got the putting surface. So I've actually got 3 different levels of grass, 3 thicknesses of grass to cope with when I play this shot. And I really can't judge with any certainty what is going to happen. So as I said, I could probably do it, but I think a much better option now is to hit a pitching wedge and land it on the green and let it run down to the flag. And this is where technique becomes absolutely critical, because when a lot of people play this shot, they're thinking of getting the ball up in the air. So they're tending to lift up. As they lift up, the club hits the ground behind the ball like that and then lifts up, and they just cold top it. If they're a little bit unluckier, they might just hit the ball cleanly and it'll just go too far. So we don't want that. So what I like to do is have a fairly neutral setup. I've changed a little bit over the years. Quite a few years ago, I would get everyone playing it off the back foot, getting the hands leaning forward. The problem with that though, and I could do it, I used to chip like that myself, but this leading edge is very sharp, and if it hits the ground, it just stops and digs in, stabs. So I want to utilize the bounce of the club a little bit more. So the bounce is the back of the club. So even with a pitching wedge here, I'm just trying to keep my setup neutral. The ball's sort of center to slightly back, but nowhere near my right toe. My hands are just ever so slightly forward. And then when I chip, I am trying to, well, trying to is probably not the best word. I'm allowing my shoulders to turn a little bit. My chest can rotate a little bit left. If I try and keep everything still, I'm going to drop into the ball and I'm going to hit behind the ball. So that's another contributing factor to hitting behind. So we just want to keep everything as neutral as we can, and we just want to let the club come down fairly shallow. There's no thick grass here. It's still reasonably fine there. But if I keep it shallow, that's going to give me the best angle of attack. So somewhere in the vicinity of 5 degrees, we'll call it, just a little shallow. It is downwards. That helps me to get the ball in the air, and it is downhill, and it should just roll down that hill. So I'll see how I go with this one. Just landed on the front edge of the green, and the ball's rolling down. Sort of didn't roll as much as I thought it would. However, I'm about 2.5 paces from the hole. Gives me a chance. That's about 8-9 feet. I would like a better result, but at least I did land on the green, and that gave me the chance. What I don't want to do is, as I said, try and help get that ball in the air. I want to feel the back of the club hitting the ground, and I can go through positively through that shot. I'll have another go. Landed just on the green a little bit more. That's rolling down just a fraction closer. Not too bad a shot. That's a little bit trickier than what the hybrid is, but it's a shot that you have to improve. So look, if we were talking about handicaps, even from here, as I said, I wouldn't use a hybrid. If I was a high handicap golfer and I really didn't have the confidence to play that wedge shot, you're probably still better off using the hybrid because it's not super thick rough. There are 3, but all we need to do here is, as I said, we just get the ball rolling down the hill. There it is, it's rolling down there. I've played that better than the other 2. It's a better result, pretty easy. The ball springs off the club face, and that gives you the best result. The better the standard, the better the golfer you are, the lower the handicap. I would still consider hitting that more often than what you currently do. But it means that at some point we have to start thinking about using a more lofted club. So we'll just run you through that one more time. When we use that lofted club and we're chipping, we don't want any real wrist action. We're trying to keep our wrists out of the shot, fairly stiff. My chest is rotating a little bit. That's not me thinking about my chest rotating. I'm just allowing it to rotate. Imagine I've got car keys in my hand and I want to throw car keys. My chest is going to rotate a little bit. I'm not going to stand there and do that. It's going to move, but I'm not thinking about rotating my chest. If I did, the car keys would end up over in that direction. But a lot of it comes down to that setup. We want that neutral setup, slightly back in the stance, hands just ever so slightly forward, and as you swing you want to feel the bounce of the club hit the ground first. So it's pretty consistent. That's how we can improve our chipping. So as of now, you can join my membership program. It was released on Sunday, yesterday, 9 a.m. And I've had a lot of requests over the last 6 months in particular from people living outside of Australia. Gee, I'd love to have a golf lesson from you. So what I've done is I've set up a membership program. So for $10 US a month, you can get one swing review, which can be done from the front angle and the back angle. I'll explain it more. If you click on the link in the description and the link at the top, it'll take you to the pages all about it. But I've got 3 membership tiers. One swing a month for $10 US, 2 swings a month for $20 US, and I've got a $45 US program where you get 4 swings per month. All of the tiers get access to my private online Facebook group. No one else can be involved in it, only people that have joined the membership program. And from there, I will be there answering questions, and from time to time I'll put up some special little videos, not high-tech ones, just little ones done on my phone, nothing too fantastically edited, just very simple things to help you improve your golf. In addition to that, at that 45 membership tier, you get a training plan that I write personally for you after we have a questionnaire, and then once a month we have a little Zoom meeting. So that Zoom meeting will occur at a time that's sort of, it may not be convenient to everyone, but I'll adjust the times depending on where people are joining from and what country you live in. If you can't make it to one of those meetings, you can submit me a question or questions and I'll answer them during that meeting, and then I will post a replay up so you won't miss a thing. So as I said, there'll be a link in the description about that program. Consider having a go. I'd love to be able to help. I'd love to be able to travel to America and Europe and coach over there, but at the moment I'm stuck in Australia, so this is the next best thing. Thank you for letting me help you with your golf. I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video.